Joining me now is someone who has seen all too close the mistakes made by DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. He was the former senior advisor to DHS, a retired U.S. Air Force lieutenant colonel, and now Republican congressional candidate for the state of Maryland. Bernie Flowers joins me now. Mr. Flowers, thanks for joining us here on America Right Now. I want to take a look at this now infamous scene from this week in El Paso, Texas. Take a look. The footage taken by New York Post shows hundreds of illegal migrants breaking through razor wire fencing, knocking over several National Guard members there as they're trying to cross over the border. Bernie, this is a new phenomenon. We just did not see images like this 4 years ago, did we?
No, we did not. And first, Mike, thanks for having me. I really appreciate you guys giving me the time and the opportunity to speak. What's happening down there is an absolute travesty. I lived in South Texas and San Antonio for 7 years. I still got a lot of friends down there. I know the area. I know a lot of military people down there. And what you're not noticing is with all that chaos, those soldiers, I'm told through my sources, don't have bullets. They don't even have rubber bullets, non-lethals. So our government is putting those soldiers at risk with a threat that they're not sure of. And I think that is unconscionable.
Yeah, a lot of people would agree with you on that. I'd like you to listen now to the White House's response this week to this video down in El Paso. Watch this.
I really, truly believe that's a question for, the Republican governor of Texas, right? This is something that he should address. The president has worked with Congress in the Senate, as I just spoke to, about getting an immigration bill done, and you have a governor of Texas who has continued to politicize this.
Bernie, the White House once again passing the buck and asking Texas Governor Greg Abbott to clean up the mess. But, this is the same White House that tried to block Texas's SB 4 law from taking effect. As someone who's worked for the Biden administration, can you explain this posturing to our viewers?
Well, first of all, I haven't seen the Biden administration explain why allowing all these people from wherever into the United States is going to benefit the American people. That's absolutely crazy. A country without a border is no country. And the idea that they say one thing out of the side of their mouth, but the Justice Department down in El Paso County, down in Texas, they are suing the Greg Abbott administration in Texas, arguing that the law runs afoul of more than a century of court precedent on immigration powers, yada, yada, yada. Greg Abbott, the governor's job is to protect the people of Texas, and he's doing what he's constitutionally mandated to do, and I applaud him. And as far as the Biden administration, they're not taking care of the American people, and I'm going to do everything I can do to make it stop. That's one of the reasons I left the federal government, so I could be free to help protect the American people the way I see how.
Bernie, we saw this week the Supreme Court allowing Texas's new immigration law to take effect, where Texas police would have authority to arrest anyone they suspect of entering the country illegally. But this was a short-lived experience for only a matter of hours as a federal appeals court then, after an ask from the Biden administration, issued an order to again put that proposed law on hold. Bernie, is this literally becoming a tug of war between the federal government that isn't allowing Texas to protect its residents, but the federal government refuses to enforce immigration laws? I mean, how does this end?
How does this end? Well, regular people have to get involved and let your representatives in Congress, let them know how you feel. Because what's going on here is these people are coming in from wherever. Some of them don't fit our culture. They've already harmed a lot of people. Some people have actually died. I'm hearing stories of them squatting in people's houses. And then our laws are based on, in order to have a democracy, a republic, you've got to have an educated populace. And we can't just sit around as individuals and expect somebody else to take care of our problems. We as individuals have to get involved, know what's going on, and let our legislators know that we're not going to allow them to just destroy our country. And I am going to lead the charge, at least here in Maryland.
Bernie, Mexico is also warning the U.S. that if courts ultimately allow Governor Abbott's law to go through, President Lopez Obrador notes there would be, quote, substantial tension between both countries. But aren't we already there? I mean, this Mexican president has stated that Mexico will not accept deportations from Texas under any circumstances.
Exactly. Those people mostly came through Mexico, and we should be partnering with Mexico and other countries instead of just opening the door for people from wherever. This is not a safe situation for the people of South Texas. It's not a safe situation for the people all over the United States, citizens who pay their taxes for our federal government to protect them. And constitutionally, our Biden administration is not doing a good job of protecting our people, and we've got to do something about that. As far as Mexico, they should be working with us. They should be a partner instead of being an adversary. And I know that our previous president, President Trump, had a good relationship with them, and we weren't having these problems. But I don't know what's going on with the Biden administration, but the average citizen, if you want to maintain your American lifestyle, you need to let your congressman, let your legislator know, to scream to high heaven that this is not acceptable, and we all need to, they're elected to do something about it.
Lastly, you mentioned you're running for Congress in Maryland. In your eyes, what is the biggest threat to America's national security right now?
There's so many things going on. It seems like a multiple threats all over the place. But this immigration thing is going to hurt us deeply, deeply, deeply. Because, you know, down where I come from, a Southern boy, if you get a tick into a cow, it's awfully hard to get that tick out. Once these people come in here and get themselves settled, the idea of deporting them is going to be nearly impossible. It's going to be an impossible task. And so we've got to get these folks out of here as fast as possible. I don't have any problem with legal immigration, but these people are breaking our laws. They're flaunting our laws. They have no respect for our laws. They're going to come in here, cause us all kinds of problems. So I would say, to answer your question, immigration is our number one problem. We've got to get this fixed right now. And also, my personal pet peeve is we've got to stop funding foreign wars. We're protecting Ukraine, and we're protecting Gaza, but we're not protecting our own homeland. We're not protecting our own people. So bottom line is we got to get this thing fixed. And if I can get into Congress here in the 3rd District of Maryland, I'm going to do something about it.
Bernie Flowers, appreciate your time today. Good luck on your campaign.
Thank you so much, Mike. You have a great day.
You as well.